drunk. You're drunk. Okay, please. No. Girl, you're drunk. You're drunk. Bro, you're drunk.
This girl who I thought was my friend literally tried to rape me. And when I say she tried to rape me, this girl was literally probably like 250 pounds, 6 feet tall, big as hell on top of me. So, a little bit about how we met. So, we did meet on Tinder, but she was kind of slightly catfish on there. But she was a brown girl. She was Muslim. She was Bengali. So, I wanted to just honestly make some friends. And when I had linked her in person, I had kind of like let her know what my type was. And she honestly was not my type. So I let her know I wasn't on that, but she was like, oh, it's okay, we could be friends. And we agreed to being friends. And mind you, not only did we agree to be friends, the other crazy part is whole time she was dating other women too. So we were kind of like talking about it, you know. So one of the women that she was trying to date at the time and set up a date with, what happened was for some reason the girl had canceled on her like 20 minutes before they were supposed to meet up, and Shorty had went all out with flowers and everything for this girl. And since she had nothing better to do and she was pretty sad because this was her first date with a woman as well, mind you, this girl was a virgin as well. So she really was excited about her experience with a woman for the first time, going on a little date and stuff. And since that fell through, since we were friends, she called me crying about it and asked to come over. And I was like, well, sure, you could come over, but just so you know, girl, I have a lot of schoolwork to get done because at that time I was still doing school. And she's like, no problem, me too. I have my notes, I have my laptop with me. Can I come steady? And we could just like, smoke a little hookah. I'll bring you sushi. We'll chill. I said, sure, that's cool. We could totally, stay in and steady. That's cool. So she came over. Everything was going smooth. She was talking to me about the whole situation. Poor girl. She's like, here, you can have these flowers, I guess, because, I mean, clearly I'm not going to see her. I definitely felt bad. So I was trying to do whatever I could to, be a good friend, make her feel better. And we had our laptop and our notes open as well because we were about to get to studying. But at one point, after we had ate our sushi and everything, she was like, hey, I'm hungry. Can I go in your fridge and look for a snack? I said, yeah, girl, sure. You don't need to ask for that. Go in my fridge. Go get you a snack. So in that meantime, I was actually lighting the hookah. So the charcoal was on the stove, and I was putting the charcoal onto the little like bowl that I had for my hookah. Well, come to find out, I go into the damn living room because as I'm in the hallway, she yelled from across the kitchen. She's like, hey, why you got alcohol in here when you said you don't drink? And I was like, hey, I really don't drink because this was somebody who didn't smoke and didn't drink, and I don't drink or smoke either. So that's something that we had in common, and we were like agreeing to like, hey, it's good to have somebody who's another Muslim person around you who's sober with similar values. And we were getting along great. Like she was, from what I thought, a great friend, till she did what she did. But when she had asked me about the alcohol, I had told her the truth. Like, honestly speaking, I said, hey, that's my ex fiance's friend's alcohol. Mind you, me and my fiance at the time were still together. He was at his aunt's house at the time that this was all going down as well. So she's like, oh, okay, how did it get over here? I said, well, because, when we were moving, we just, I guess, brought it with, and it's just kind of been sitting in there. I didn't think too much of it. So she's like, oh, okay. As I make my round back to the living room, this girl takes a swig like this out the bottle. Mind you, it was Gentleman's Jack Daniels whiskey. So being educated on it later on, it was like 12% alcohol. And the bottle is like this big, and this much of the bottle is probably left. Probably like a little bit less than like maybe like half the bottle. So she takes a swig. I was like, what are you doing? I freaked out. I was like, what are you doing? like, we don't drink. She's like, honestly, I just wanted to try it. I've had a rough night. I was like, okay, because we don't drink. Like, I've never had alcohol in my life. So I was just like, okay, whatever, brush it off. I go back to resume fixing up the hookah. As I go back to doing that, I come back and she's kind of sitting on the chair. And I had like these high bar stools, which she was sitting on, and she had like the bottle kind of like this, like right like on her crotch like this. And she's like over here looking down at it. She's like, and she's holding it so I couldn't really see if there's alcohol in it or not because her hands were so big. But she's like, why do they call it gentleman's Jack Daniels? Why can't they call it woman's Jack Daniels? She's just talking crazy. So I thought she was just being her weird, quirky self because she was kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie. Like, she was weird. She was like one of those dork girls that watched anime and played video games, like, all day. Like, she was one of those. So I didn't think too much, but then she started saying some weirdest shit, and then I'm like, here, let me put that bottle back. I look at the bottle is gone. She drank the whole thing, and that was like exactly this much alcohol in it. She drank the whole bottle, bro. So I'm like, what the where'd it go? She's like, and then she burped. She's like, it's in my stomach. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, are you gonna get drunk? Because look, I don't know how to take care of drunk people. I haven't been around drunk people. I don't play that shit. I've never been drunk before. Are you going to be able to drive? Like, I'm asking her all these questions. She's like, yeah, girl, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine. I'm like freaking out at this. I said, I thought you said you don't drink. She's like, yeah, but I took a swig and then I wanted to see what would happen. It wasn't that much alcohol in the bottle, so I just drank it all. I'm like, what the So then after that, she tries to get up to go to the bedroom, right? But she kind of like gets up like this, and she kind of like stumbles and like falls everywhere. And I'm like, whoa, 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 you good? You good? She's like, yeah, girl, I'm good. She's like elbowing me. She like patting me on the shoulder and just, saying some crazy shit. So I'm like, she's drunk. I told her to walk in a straight line, and she couldn't walk in that straight line. So I'm like, so I go to the bathroom. I'm about to call my ex-fiance. Mind you, at this time, I know y'all gonna laugh at me, but I had 4 phones, okay? So my phones had service, 2 of them, and 2 of them didn't. So that being said, I took like 2 of my phones with me to the bathroom, and I'm calling my ex-fiance. And he's like, yo, like, she really did that. I said, yeah, for real. And he's like, well, she's gonna get, horny, so you should just, try and give her something to just sober her up, or try and get her home as soon as possible, if you don't want to like deal with her there, even though she's a good girl. You don't think she would be problems. I was like, nah, for real. But then I'm sitting in the bathroom, and I told her like I had to take a shit, right? So she comes to the bathroom door, and she just like stands up and just leans on it like this, right? She's like, you said you were shit. She's banging on the door like this, right? She's like, you said you were shit. Why don't I hear you shit? I'm like, girl, what the I'm like, what? I'm like, what? Are you trying to listen to me shit? That's weird. She's like, girl, just let it out. I know you're not poop shy. Let it out. She's just like talking crazy, bro. And then she just like was talking about God knows what, like Shah Rukh Khan, who's like a famous Indian actor, if y'all don't know. Just she's like, do you like Shah Rukh Khan? I love Shah Rukh Khan. I love him so hard. She's just talking all this crazy shit, right? So I'm like locking myself in the bathroom because she acting a fool. And then I come out, but every time I came out, I would just go back in the bathroom and lock myself in there because she was just being too touchy, too weird. When I say she was too touchy, I'm talking about she was taking her big body ass, and she's like 6'1", 250 pounds, probably more, leaning on me. And I'm like 5 foot, 135 pounds at the most, So no. So she just was doing way too much, and I'm like telling her to get off of me and all this shit. And then I went in the bathroom again, and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta go shit. And then I was doing the most to just like act like I was in there, because she was really confronting me saying I wasn't in there. So I was like literally trying to push out farts and honestly speaking, because I just didn't want to deal with her. And then I came back out to the room. Every time I was on the phone with my ex-fiance, she kept taking my phone, like snatching it out of my hand and ending the call. All my phones and shit. But I scattered my phones around the bed and like the table right beside me because I had a feeling she was finna do some shit. Like me, I'm smart. I'm always finna think a couple steps ahead. So now we're at the point where I'm on the bed and I'm like, hey, do you want some water or something? But she gets on top of me and I'm like, no, get off of me. And she starts licking me like all the way through here. And she starts to grab my face and trying to get me to kiss her. And I'm like, So I'm like, girl, stop. Like, what is you on? So I'm like, no, no, no. And I'm like, I'm scared she's going to get aggressive and beat my ass, bro. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to cooperate and be nice, so I don't get my ass beat because she's a lot bigger than me. And honestly, like, I don't have anything right now that I could defend myself with because she's on top of me and I can't get out from under her. Let me just like cooperate. And I'm like, being nice, being like, baby, no, like, you can't, you're drunk, that's rape. I'm just trying to play it cool, but I really kept saying no, no, no. And I was like, no, get off of me. No, get off of me. I actually have clips of this if y'all want to see it. I'm gonna put it in this part of the video.
You're drunk. You're drunk, man. You're drunk. You're drunk. Girl, come on. You're drunk. You're drunk. You're drunk. Girl, you're drunk. If we have sex right now, that's rape. You're drunk. You're drunk. Girl, you're drunk. Okay, no, not my titties. Come on. We're just friends, right? We just friends, right? That's rape. Girl, Girl, that's rape, bro. Like, girl, come on. It's rape.
Girl, it's rape. Babe, you gotta chill out. Come on, let me get you some water.
No, girl. It's rape. That's rape. Girl, you're tipsy. No, girl, you're tipsy. Girl, you're tipsy. We can't do this. We can't do this. Come on, we can't do this. Come on. You're drunk. We cannot do this. We can't do this.
But yeah, as y'all can see, she's like all up on me, and at one point she tried to take my pants off.
No. That's rape. That's rape.
I'm like pushing her off because I don't want her saliva on me. She's licking me. It's disgusting. Her breath stank. Like, she stinks. She's sweaty as like, she just stink, bro. And it's just filthy and disgusting. And she's trying to kiss me on my mouth, licking me, my face, and just ripping my pants down. So I'm like trying to keep my pants up as she's like trying to struggle with me. I had these two strings on it, these two drawstrings. So I just pulled the drawstrings up so she couldn't really like go like this. Every time she tried to, you'd have to be super aggressive. And like, I was not going to let that happen. And then I'm trying to get off the bed and she's like, you're just running away from me. You're just running away from me. I'm going to put that clip here too.
Listen, you're not listening to me. You're just running away.
But she's like, you're just running away from me. You're just running away from me. You don't want me for real. I'm like, no, we're just friends. We're just friends, right? So she continues to hold on to me. Finally, I got up from underneath her and she kept following me around, chasing me everywhere, trying to me. And I'm like, oh no. At one point, she had put me back down and she slid her hands down my pants. And I'm like trying to get her hand from in my pants because I'm not even wearing no panties, bro. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Eventually, I told her, hey, let me get some water. You're probably thirsty. I want some water too. And that worked. And instead of going to the kitchen, I done ran out the house. Again, she kept taking my phones, but I had another phone left. So I called my friend at the time who I moved to the same building from Chicago. I let her know what's going on. She rushed back from work. She ran up my stairs so fast. Well, my elevator. She ran up real fast. She ran in the house. She's like, I'm finna drag this bitch. you know. And now my friend Karina, she was kind of strong, so she's like, I'm finna drag this. She's like, nah, I'm finna drag this, bro. I'm like, please don't start no here. Please don't start no here, please. She's like, nah, I'm finna drag this. I have video footage of Karina as well. I you not, Karina got on top of the bed because Shorty would not move. She went in for, she's like, get the out, get the up right now, get the out. And she wasn't trying to cooperate, none of that. I was really scared, you know. So Karina had got on the bed, and she's like, well, I'm gonna push her off. And I'm like, no, she's gonna fall on me. She's like, then move. Because I'm gonna push her the off the bed. So she grabbed her, pushed her the off the bed. The big ass went boom.
Are you okay? Did she pass out?
Slammed onto the freaking floor. And I'm like scared because I'm like, damn, did she like knock out? Because she's like unconscious, like passed out, like unconscious as hell. And I'm like, you know, I got her bag and shit. I'm like putting all her stuff in her bag so like we could pack her up. I'm like, I'm gonna call her an Uber because I need her to get the out. I'm gonna call her an Uber, you know. So I called her an Uber, but then she wasn't trying to go downstairs. Finally, Karina is scary when she mad. She was like, get the up and get the downstairs. I'm gonna beat your ass right now. I'm gonna count to 3 or I'm gonna beat your ass. So she got the up right away. She got the up. I guess she didn't want her ass beat. So she got the up. Karina dragged her downstairs. And when the Uber finally came, Karina told me to back up, open the door. She pushed that in, threw her in, and then she grabbed her by the neck and was like, if you ever do that ever again, I'm gonna personally come and kill you. And then I didn't know what Karina had said. So I like kept asking Karina, what you say, bro? Like, I told you, don't be crazy over here. Like, I'm just trying to get her out the house. She's like, she tried to rape you. Are you cool? Like, are you in shock or something? Are you cool? She literally tried to rape you. And she got drunk in your house. And I was like, what'd you say? So that's what Karina had ended up telling me she said. But mind you, whole time I was downstairs trying to get Karina, I have video footage of this. I can't make this shit up. The was so out of it, she was on my bed playing with her. I have videos of all this from my cameras. She was on my bed in my house playing with her while I'm downstairs trying to get my friend to come kick this out of my house because she's trying to rape me. So that's how you, like, she was just so out of it. Eventually, the same night, I was so scared. I had to call the cops because this was out of it. She pulled back up to my house and she had a little hoodie, right? And I seen she had left it in there. So I literally went and I put it by the elevator because she's like, oh, I'm here. So I'm like watching my doors and everything. I literally ran out, threw it by the elevator, ran back in my house, closed the doors, and she's like, can we talk? Can we talk? Can we talk? I'm so sorry. Can we talk? Like, how do you sober up in like an hour and come back to my house? And like she had left her keys or her car downstairs too. So she grabbed her car out. I think she was with 2 of her guy friends. Like, you're pulling out with 2 of your dudes to my house to grab your car and you drunk as now you apologizing. Like, you know what the you did. And then she like, in the morning, she like texted me all crazy. Like, but there's some things that you just can't come back from because I thought you were my friend and I was genuinely scared because you're way bigger than me. I am not attracted to you. You're over here trying to like lick my trying to lick on me, trying to kiss on me. That's just like a boundary cross to me when I'm telling you like this is a no-go and you're a lot bigger than me. I'm scared you finna beat my ass and I can't even like do anything about it because I didn't expect for the situation to happen. I wasn't prepared, and honestly speaking, you're 5 times my size. So that's how that was. Women can rape other women too. I wasn't tripping and like the cops asked if I wanted to do like a police report and everything. I didn't do a police report because at the end of the day, I am a gay woman. At least this wasn't a dude, you know, because if it was a dude, like I probably would have been even more scared and freaked out. But at the end of the day, she was a Muslim girl. So I kind of like brushed it off. It's still disturbing and to think about because I'm like disgusted by it. And at the end of the day, I lost a friend, you know, so I kind of just brush it to the back of my memory and I don't even think about it. But let it had been a dude, it would have been a different situation because, you know, I really could have at least tried to hurt her or something, like grabbed the the back of my hookah because it was like right there, threw the charcoals off and smacked her up top of the head. I really could have done like that if I needed to, but I didn't because she's a woman at the end of the day and I wasn't trying to hurt another woman. That's just not my character. I try my best to avoid it, but let it had been a man, oh yeah, no, I would have done everything in my power. But just with her specifically, I was trying to keep things cool, trying to keep things de-escalated because she was a woman, So I just have a different type of respect in the way I view women. So did she up? Yeah, and was it disgusting and disturbing behavior? Yeah, but it wasn't as bad as if it was a man on top of me. So that's what that was. Anyways, that's the story time of how a girl I thought was my friend tried to rape me. Bye, guys.